I want to know what Daze's HLTV name is. I'm going to throw
I
that
do
out there
too,
right
actually.
now.
I also want to see Dazed actually, win at this Telestrator game where he gets to do a breakdown of a map that gets played. Because, I mean, I think it's sick. I think it's great to, see the tendencies, the more information you have on your opponent, obviously that helps. And it helps the viewer, too, because they're going to be able to actually look for certain details. I mean, what do you expect to see in this match on Cash? That's the main thing, because, they bring up Nitro. This has always been Nitro's playground.
Yeah, I'm glad that was brought up. And I mean, this is reaching deep into history because this was,
Yes.
a year or two ago when Nitro first kind of emerged. And when he did emerge, it was much like Stewie. People were just like, why the hell are you picking up Nitro? Who the hell is this guy? And some of the first couple matches that we saw against him were Fnatic when they were in God mode, and Nitro would be dropping like 30 plus on them, specifically on this map, on T sides and CT sides. So this used to be a very good map for Liquid. It used to be kind of their go-to in previous lineups. Their A defense is really what kind of anchored their strength. And here we're going to see it's looking like it's going to be a split. They come out mid, kind of posturing towards an A hit, but Phelps is going to get the info that's headed over towards B, and there's a perfect stack for defense.
Yeah, exactly. They are so ready for this. 3 players already, 4 soon with Phelps rotating into CT, and then Henny, surprise, surprise! He gets 2 kills, 3, still alive, and they literally are throwing themselves at him. They're like, please, here, have more kills. Hiko, now what are you going to do, Hiko? You're going to die to Henny.
Yeah, that's a sick round from Henny, but that just comes down to that defense that was called from the Immortals side. A perfect read. They had 2 players in the site distracting this whole time, and obviously a big mistake from Liquid. You have to be sure to clear out this checker box somehow. Even if it's just one person with the Glock, take 5 seconds to avoid the fight in the bomb site and just clear that spot out, because you can see the damage when it's left untouched.
Yeah, we saw it on Cobble as well. G2 ran right past. Immortals seem to favor this sort of scenario where they leave somebody hiding. They just set that guerrilla tactic kind of, we're going to ambush you as soon as your attention is drawn elsewhere. Worked against G2 on Cobble on the A ramp, and there you go. Henny, whoa, Hiko.
Dodged the first one.
Dodged the first one. That got a real close-up view of the second one there. That sucks.
And Age of Flashbang, but that pop flash is for his teammates coming outdoor, and there's going to be the initial win. Henny still on a tear. 4 kills for him so quickly in this round. That is beautifully done. Henny is having one hell of a start. 8 kills in 2 rounds.
Ugh, yeah, no, this is actually very similar to what we saw on Cobble. It seems like Henny at least is able to maintain his form here. Definitely keeping it focused. Liquid, however, they're a bit at a loss. Pimp is the only guy to have picked up a kill in 2 rounds.
Yeah, I was just about to bring up there's very little damage dealt, obviously, from the Liquid side in these first 2 rounds, but more importantly, with that investment on the second round. Tech 9 armor, some utility, bought out completely, so they do nothing that round, essentially. So all that buy goes to waste, and now they're going to be in a really tough spot economically.
It's just painful. Now there's the aggression coming in from Phelps. He's playing a bit of a game here, peekaboo with JDM. And there's the nade! Oh, it's going to do so much damage. I think they must have dealt at least like 160 damage this round just with grenades, because there was the grenade into mid as well to boost.
On boost box, yep.
So, I mean, just excellent HE use here from Immortals to start things off. I'm actually pretty happy to see Cash, though. It feels like with the European teams, we're just not getting to see this map very often anymore, so...
I love this map, and I know that, I mean, it depends on the team. I feel like teams either like love it or hate it. I know, I mean, obviously Na'Vi has been banning it for their entire existence.
Dignitas.
But yeah, even MSL, I know there was an exchange between, I think it was MSL, Yanko, and Lurpus on Twitter about how MSL just hates Cash, thinks it needs reworked entirely, just doesn't like the way it's played, and I know a lot of teams do like the way it's played. And for now, Henny with the hot start in the first 2 rounds, you do not want that to go into the AWPer, especially one like Henny, because when he gains momentum, we know what he's capable of.
No, this is wild. That was a very clean shot there from Henny. 3 players now established on the A side for the defense. 3-0 lead here for Immortals after winning the pistol round on CT side Cash. And now, well, Liquid, they're down a man. They're down their utility. They've got 3 smokes and a single flash grenade to use here to try and get onto a bomb site. And it does look like they want to head over towards that B site now. 3 players making their way there with the bomb.
Now, there's no way for Liquid to really know this, but if they hurry up, I mean, they have a good chance at getting into this site, even with limited utility. Only 1 player actually in the site. So the way Lucas plays this, it's going to be very, very important. He could get smoked off. He is going to work his way, so at least the danger of that. I believe he's up top. So that, at least, he's not going to get blocked off. He'll be able to get in on the action, but 3 players dedicated over towards a nice pop flash. That's beautiful, but it's a good trade from Nitro. But now they're just stopped. They have to get into the site, and they have to do it quickly.
Yeah, now there's one... Whoa, they're going to go for the boost back into mid. This is insane. Phelps, hey, Pimp. Time for a nap. You're down, and it's going to be Nitro and Hiko, the last 2 alive. 2v4, and everything going right here for Immortals. One snap after another. They're just locking Team Liquid out of these sites.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't like that boost by them reverse into the vents, and now they've got to find Steel. They do grab him, but there's the flank coming in through the vents. That's the thing, no presence in mid, and you go for that reverse boost. It's such a gamble. They lose it here, and now they're in a tough spot. Nitro, this is winnable. He's got 15 seconds left. No utility, but if he gets the bomb plant, that would be huge. And if Henny just makes one mistake, that could bring this into a winnable one-on-one with Bolts.
Well, there's the incendiary. That might spread, forcing him out onto the open. Nitro takes the fight, but very good play there actually from Immortals, working together as a unit. Henny and Bolts just swarm him. Yeah, okay, one of them dies, but Henny's there to get the kill.
Yeah, but I mean, you'd say this would be okay for Liquid because they got 4 kills and they got the plant. They'll be able to buy in this round and they've done good economic damage. But before this round, there was only 1 kill on the Liquid side. So much money has built up on Immortals that they're really in no risk here. So I think Liquid's going to have a tough call to make whether they want to invest in this round or not.
Mm-hmm. No, you're right. You're right. And it doesn't look like it. It's time for the half buy here, trying to even out their money here, Liquid. They're going to go for the Tech 9 Kevlar, a couple of grenades, Elige with the early smoke into mid to try and get him some room to maneuver with here. But Henny, once again, and well, we saw it in a highlight earlier, just how quick this guy is. This gap is sufficient for him. If somebody tries to make that mad dash under vents, Henny can pick him off.
Yeah, the knock on Henny as an opera has always been consistency, not being able to bring that level game in and game out. Well, when you start him out with the hot streak he's been on so far, it's going to be much easier for him to get into the rhythm with that AWP.
Clever positioning there as well, and they are eventually going to find him. Phelps is down, but Henny annihilates Elige, and it's going to be Bolts now from quad boxes on the A site to hold as 4 players here for Liquid are trying to hit their stride, trying to get out onto this site. Flash is out, but then the incendiary goes in perfectly timed. That cuts him in half, and JDM, it's now up to him to try and create some space here for his teammates to get out onto this site. Bolts still alive, denies the bomb, gets a second kill, and now it's all on Pimp, 1v2. Somehow they are getting kills here, Liquid, but they need to find the round, and unfortunately for him, he's going to get caught by Steel. No joy here for Liquid, and no bomb plant. Again, 5-0 lead now for Immortals.
Yeah, with the full losing bonus, now that round, now you can be a little bit happy with the economic damage of getting some of those kills. Still plenty of money on the Immortals side, but you always want to get at least 3 kills on these rounds. So it was a little bit of danger, but Team Liquid, I mean, a couple rounds we've seen them over towards the B bomb side. Even that round, to a certain degree, they've looked very indecisive on whether they wanted to actually commit. They spent a lot of time waiting for the proper moment to execute. That's buying a lot of times for rotations to come in. Now you can see the aggression from Immortals. They're feeling comfortable, even though Phelps eats that flashbang. But this is going to be a heavy play towards the B bomb site for Liquid. No map control whatsoever.
Okay, and they're going to get that boost up into vents. No sign, no noise to warn that, but the vent will be shot out. We'll see. Lucas is right on the edge, and he catches him. Does a lot of damage to Hiko, but still, they're going to go for the push regardless, Liquid, and they're walking right into the blender. Steel is still up here.
And there's so many bodies as well in this vent. There's now 2. I mean, even if Steel gets this kill, he's going to fall. They're not ready for the follow-up. There's Phelps. Lucas burns one alive. They can get into the B bomb site, but Hiko's taken so much damage. So now Immortals is going to have a great opportunity. They're going to have a multi-pronged retake onto this B site, and it's going to be all on JDM. When does he choose to watch his flank? When does that internal clock kind of tick and let him know it's coming? And it's right now when he lands it. That's a huge kill.
Yeah, now the flank is gone. He doesn't have to worry about that angle anymore. It's down to Bolts and Henny to make the retake happen with a single flash grenade. That's all they've got to work with. Henny going to commit it now, but he loses his teammate in the meantime, and that pretty much snuffs it here. Just the parting wall bang, just to see if he can get lucky there.
Roll
That's
the
not
dice.
going to happen.
Roll the dice. Yeah, good. I mean, a good round from Liquid, but I mean, that was a very, very scary round for them. On a knife's edge, really, with the amount of bodies that were in vents from Immortals ready to retake that so quickly. That could have gone much worse, but good trade, specifically from Nitro. That first trade he gets, that's the important one that allows them to keep progressing towards the bomb site, not get bogged down on the choke points.
Yeah, got to give it to Elige as well. He was 0-0-6 before this round, but he got the 2 key kills that opened up that B side as well. So, solid work here from Liquid. They're fighting back. 1-5 now for them. They've got their first round on the board here on their T side. And let's see what they can actually muster here, Immortals. These have been a couple of close rounds. Unlike the beginning here, they've actually been, losing a lot of players. So that bank that they've worked on to build here so far in the first 6 rounds, it's all gone.
Yeah, they had a lot of drops that round. I think they had at least 2, and you can see even Phelps stuck on a UMP still. So that bank, they had to dig deep for this round, so it's big in the sense that Liquid, oh, there's a nice pick from JDM. Henny was a little bit slow, a little bit blind getting out, but here's the UMP next. And actually, Elige doesn't make it all the way out of the smoke, so he can't trade that kill off. That's the bomb down as well in mid. This has gotten dicey for Liquid. It looks very disorganized, and they're eating so much damage on top of it.
I'm at a loss, Moses. I am at a loss.
Yeah.
How do you lose the bomb like that and not be able to follow it up?
I think Elige might have jumped and maybe hit the ceiling or hit the garage door and not gotten out all the way. But either way, that one UMP just holds this hit back.
Oh man, this is nuts. Oh, if you'd have won that duel, Phelps, what are you doing? That would have made all the difference. What aggression. Now that sets it up for Elige. He knows that a second man is in mid, drops Bolts, nearly takes out Steel in the vents. They're getting all the info here, Liquid. They've got a 2-man advantage, and all of this based off of just, whoa.
Ooh, the save.
The save from JDM.
That's what he's here for.
Well played. The guy's lounging, but he's still sharp.
This is a nice move from Steel. Look at that. That's creative. So that can actually, I mean, the bomb's here, so he's got great eyes on it, obviously, but this is a good position. It's going to come to timing, whether he's watching for the boost or whether he's watching beneath him. And if the only players that can really kill him and really spot this out without taking damage is coming out of boost. So this is going to be very, very difficult for Liquid, I think. And he's even got Lucas here to bait for him. So much damage. There's the first kill. Is he going to get more? No, he's found out. And JDM gets the final kill onto Lucas. So a little bit dicey, but some sick shots in the mid-round from Liquid to bring him back.
If he'd have had an M4A1, just imagine.
The
silencer. Instead of seeing the tracers, you know, that would have been sick. Yeah, not the best start there for Henny, but they did make this so close, Immortals.
Yeah, Elige like hit the ceiling. I think that's what he wanted to do, but like he went back into the smoke. I think actually Henny, the reason why he was a little bit delayed getting out, he might have been pegged by a smoke and just slowed him down for just that 1 second, that crucial second. So nice pick from JDM.
I like the shoulder peek there by Phelps. Fancy stuff. But you're right. Tricky, but Team Liquid are managing to fight back. 2 rounds on the board now for them. Immortals having to eco with 5 rounds, and JDM has spotted him. Are you going to keep going for the jumps? I doubt it now that you actually spotted somebody there on the other side of those A-halls.
He wants it, though. You can tell. And actually, Henny, I believe, oh, he's indoor. He's going to push forward. So he's taking a little bit of a duel, and Hiko's going to play it very, very cautiously. No reason to risk losing the AK-40. He's the only one here as well. So losing this position not only drops an AK-47 on the ground, but also gives Immortals, you know, a little bit of a hideaway, an alternate angle to defend against any impending A hit.
Well, the flashes are there. And Phelps, he's stomping around, and he just goes charging in. That was a little bit, well, adventurous. Pimp is going to be able to find 2 kills here. And that's pretty much Team Liquid. Very, very clean anti-eco from them. Just taking their time, moving together as a unit onto that A site.
Yeah, I mean, using the range of the AK-47s, being very patient, knowing at some point Immortals, you know, if they're feeling this pressure coming slowly but surely, they know Immortals is going to have to make a play eventually, especially when they see the aggression indoor. So now we get right back into the gun rounds. Immortals, they only save once, but the tough part for them is every other gun round that they've played, they've had an op on Henny. Now they don't have that option. So they have decent utility. They're missing a little bit in the kits department. I mean, Steel has one, but that's it. So, I mean, on a map like this, the retakes are going to have to come a little bit quick if the bomb does get planted.
In case you guys are wondering, this lag is not server side. This is GoTV lagging out. So the players, they're not experiencing any trouble. I'm sure the players would have gone immediately for the pause if there was this kind of lag going on for them. So, you know, guys, just grit your teeth and bear it.
It'll all be over soon. Steel with the position. And I mean, this B bomb site, it's under attack. It's been slowed down a little bit. Good find from Lucas. Good trade. Steel, this is a position. That nice peek, nice pop flash. 2 kills for him. He's holding on so long. He's going to get a third onto Hiko. The new pickup for Immortals shines here on this defense, and it's just down to JDM. He's got 1 kill under his belt, but he's got a 1-on-3 with an AWP.
Man, this has got to be... Keep in mind that Zeus right now is coaching Liquid. He's standing behind him. This has got to be like a knife in his heart every time he sees Steel just wreck his team. Because, unfortunately for him, he really wasn't able to bring that hard fragging power to Immortals. Kind of why Steel has taken his place.
Yeah, it's going to be one of the big questions if Immortals, because they've looked phenomenal since bringing Steel in. I mean, at IEM Power Masters even qualify here for Oakland. So that's going to be a big question that we'll have to follow, because honest to God, like just right off the bat, it doesn't look like too much has changed in terms of strategic or how they're playing. It's more just maybe comfort level of these players, maybe a little bit more freedom. Maybe Zeus brought in some kind of a style that's a little bit more rigid, and now with these players just unleashed, they're having a good time.
We'll see. Lucas, is he going to have a good time, because there are players pushing out into mid. They were full flashed. There was a team, well, there was a flash setup from the A site for him to peek into mid. Unfortunately, he doesn't take advantage of it, and now Liquid have actually got some room to maneuver with here. Oh, they are worried about sandbags. That's reasonable. Do they have an incendiary? JDM and Hiko both have Molotovs. But Hiko's lurking over by Squeak Door, so they're going to just have to worry about this the old-fashioned way. Get in here and see. There we are.
Yeah, this actually isn't bad. I mean, there is a player boosted up in A, but if the main hit on this A site is going to come up the highway, up that boost, and actually he does fall back from that. So Alex, that was a boost in A main. I was going to say, coming up highway, Nitro will have a great opportunity to bail this attack out. And there's a good pick. Bolts falls. Now he's got to be careful behind him. And Phelps is out in the open. He's stuck in an awkward fight with Hiko. And Nitro, the timing, as he looks away, he gets punished. But the A bomb site is open. The smokes are deployed. And Liquid are making their way in for the plant.
Still a lot of utility left here, though. Nicely timed incendiary right onto the plant position there. They aren't going to be able to put that bomb down for a little bit. And that buys more time for Immortals to work their way in. Steel does get spotted on the high ground, however, so he's going to have to drop off of that. But his 2 teammates are making their way up from CT. Liquid with 4 players still alive, however, to guard this bomb site. This is going to be a very difficult retake unless Henny can land that shot and he misses it. His teammate dies because he missed it. He's going to have to live with that knowledge that if he'd just been a little bit quicker, maybe his teammate would still be alive today. Grinning with his... No. Too dark. Too dark.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is going to dark places here somewhere.
6-3 and soon to be 6-4 here. Liquid, they're fighting back, and this is looking fantastic.
Yeah, punishing, and this is now the nightmare scenario for every defense around the world. The CT, you win one and you lose one. This economy is not easy to deal with, and Henny, you have to say, he almost has to save this AWP. That'd be such a big tool, and Pimps, he's not actually going to search into this B bomb site, so Henny gets away with one just hiding in the back there. A good round from Liquid again, kind of, battling their entire way into that A bomb site, but eventually the defense crumbles.
Yeah. Oh, wow. And they're going for the force buy behind this? Okay, then. That's
a lot of confidence, not only in your upper, but also, I mean, the sense that if you're going to have to double save no matter what, perhaps with that hard of a reset, or you're going to want to save twice, so just go for it now and do the double save anyways.
Seems like that is the game plan. Phelps is going to work his way in behind sandbags. He's still so aggressive in mid behind that smoke. Wants to get up close where his UMP is going to be effective when they do try to push through here. And in the meantime, Liquid, hard default from them, spread out all across the map. JDM is back in T-spawn looking into B-halls with that AWP, right? They are not looking to take an aggressive posture here, Team Liquid. They're waiting to see if Immortals are going to overextend. But so far, so good for Immortals. They really haven't given much for Team Liquid to work with here. Minute 15 left on this clock.
I mean, they just don't have a whole lot of options available to them. Obviously, the AWP is where they want to focus this defense. And that's going to be over towards mid. So that's Henny with that, and he's going to transition over towards the A side. So they want him to be at every single point of contact. And around that, they just leave these pistols to be a little bit more passive because they have a rifle, they have a UMP. They want the pistols to be able to clean things up once damage is dealt. And Liquid equally is being very passive on the map, looking for any signs of aggression. They know that AWP is somewhere, and they want to be they don't want to lose a player to some AWP pushed in door, pushed out towards B. So it's a little bit of a chess game here.
They need to be a little bit careful, though. They don't want to pull a G2 and basically wait down the clock to the point where they have no time left. What we saw G2 do earlier. But Nitro now, he's managed to lurk his way out onto this B site. Lucas is waiting for him, however, and Lucas, he's got the Deagle, not the best gun. Henny jumps right into it. Nitro, hungry, but he gets shut down. Henny, so quick, gets the kill, and now there's the man advantage for Immortals.
Yeah, and look at the mini-map. Everyone's swarming towards this A bomb site. Liquid, they haven't taken advantage of the information that Nitro just passed along. There's a good pick from JDM, but now the site is manned down, and there's a flight coming in from Seal. Easy kill onto Hiko. Can he do anything else?
Oh, he's going to be able to pick up the AK. Pimp, however, trying to fight the good fight. 1v3. And he's getting shot in the back. Phelps not going to give him a chance to work with anything there. 7-4 for Immortals, and that's a key round, a force buy round for Immortals. That might really throw Liquid for a loop here.
I like that play. I like this play from Nitro. I mean, obviously, he doesn't win the battle, so it looks a little bit awkward. But I like that he just walks into the B site trying to find info. But once they know where the AWP is, once they know that there's 2 players on that site, that A hit has to come a little bit quicker. It did not seem like that call came out quick enough.
Did I touch something?
I don't know. I heard like a duck in my ear.
Did you hear that too? Yeah, I heard that too.
Okay.
I don't know. I just stopped hearing you, Moses.
Oh.
But now I can hear
Panic.
you. Panic, definitely, because your insight, everything. That's such a wonderful, soothing voice. So, yeah, when it comes down to it here, Liquid, they did put up a fight.
Yeah, it's just you could see as soon as that kill comes out for Henny. Just watching the minimap, not even watching the game, all the blue dots swarming over towards the A site because they say, okay, one person in B going for an information play, seeing what we can find, trying to get a pick. Once there's no one else there, they know it's going to be an A hit. So Liquid just not taking advantage of that quick enough because it's the kind of idea where you say, okay, we know 2 players are at B, there's 3 players left. At least one has got to have eyes on mid, right? So you're thinking, two and maybe 3 at the A site, but it just took so long for that to come to fruition that all 5 players of Immortals were there.
Yeah, you can't really hesitate versus Immortals right now. Immortals, they actually run off of those kinds of rounds, those high pressure rounds. If they win it, if they get it to go their way, you can count on them being aggressive elsewhere and really looking to take the fight to you. Phelps was pondering. He was thinking about heading into A main there for a second, but they did get the boost. So they've set a little bit of a trap here. They haven't used the boost just yet on that A site. And so this is actually Immortals completely surrendering mid. They're focused entirely on holding down on the sites themselves.
This is going to be really, really dangerous. Nitro, he's going to be here to cut off rotations because that's too long of a gauntlet to run over towards the B site. But this is going to be an attack on B, and Nitro's here to stop the rotation. So they want to isolate these 2 defenders and give Liquid a 4-on-2 here. But Steel has been the man of the hour a couple times at this B defense.
Oh, buddy. This is going to get fun. There's the pop flash, but he spots out, and Pimp's not going to be able to find the kill. Yes, he will. Unfortunately for Steel, he was full blind, not able to get the kill there. But there's still Henny in position on high, looking to find his first pick. JDM is going to be able to find that kill instead, and it's all on Lucas now, and he achieves nothing.
That is nicely set up from Team Liquid with Nitro towards middle, but also a little bit of unfortunate timing for Steel with that pop flash he's throwing out. I mean, just the presence of Pimp peeking in the vent caught him off guard, so he couldn't look away from his own flashbang and gets blinded. So nicely done from Liquid. Bailed out a little bit with the timing, obviously, but from there, it's just fantastic entries and trades as JDM, he allows his teammate to bait out a shot. Pimp's going to find one boosted up, but he can't win that. Bolts is down very, very low. How much is Liquid going to hunt on this?
I don't think that they should really hunt.
Yeah, I don't believe
much,
they have a whole lot of money to be able to afford losing players. Yeah, I mean, they only have... They have 4 players beneath $1,000. This is a situation where you just say, all right, we have to let these 2 CTs keep their guns. Don't want to go too much for it, and yeah, that's doesn't need to happen.
Yeah, if they only lose Nitro, this is still all right.
Yeah.
So they'll be able to drop, and everybody should get fully equipped here. It shouldn't be the end of the world, but yeah, had they actually lost 2 players hunting that, for example, nasty. The problem for Bolts is that, well, it's been spotted that they went for the boost, and so now Liquid are going to be aware that Immortals want to try and make that play happen. They won't really get caught off guard by it, or at least they shouldn't. So 5-7 now. Liquid slowly once again closing the gap. Immortals. We'll see if they can establish themselves here once again because, hey, you know what? Let's go for a force buy.
Going for the spam. No, Phelps ate a little bit of... Oh, there it is. The 3rd time's the charm, maybe a 4th time, but then he doesn't clear the corner. He's going to get a free... He's a free kill. Phelps is going to get 1 more. Can't get the 3rd, though. Nitro eventually cleans him off, but, I mean, for starting out getting shot through the door, that's not a bad performance from Phelps.
Yeah. No, that is. I mean, I'm just like, JDM, what are you doing, bro?
It's also maybe a hindrance of a design tactic to have your AWPer come out of a smoke like that and not being able to clear all the corners you would like. That's also a missed Molotov from Hiko. So a couple mistakes coming out here for Team Liquid.
We are in NA after all, so I mean,
got to live up to the name.
Well, let's see here. Because now they're so limited on the utility here, Immortals. That's the thing. At least they've done some damage, and they've got a man advantage, but they're still limited on the firepower.
This is really nice defense, though. I mean, Lucas being pushed up towards B allows them to stack 3 players basically towards mid and this A site. Now, Henny rotates away at the most inopportune moment as the hit's about to come in. There's the pick, and Henny realizes his mistake. Where is he going to go? How does he get back? He does have an M4. He's got the advantage of range, gets into the spray battle, and does win it. Lands the headshot, but the 2 defenders have been cleaned out. And Liquid, they have 35 seconds to get this bomb planted.
It's unreal. And now we have to see Lucas is hightailing it over towards A main right now, actually towards Squeak. So there's a bit of a delayed ticker here on this retake. Henny going to just walk right out into the open, not expecting Nitro to go so aggressive, trying to box him into connector. Works out perfectly for Nitro. And well, now for Lucas, it's almost an impossibility. Like, how do you actually make it out, especially with the door closed? Hiko holding an NBK corner. And, well, Nitro over in CT. There it is, gives it away. And now they know exactly what to do here, Liquid. And that is land headshots. Nice and neat. Well done, Hiko.
Really smart play on the 2x2 versus 2 for Nitro as well. Pushing up towards Truck, it's a little bit risky because you're taking yourself away from your teammate. But the fact that he gets up towards Truck, and I mean, even if he doesn't get that kill on Henny, he now knows like there's only one person, you know, towards that middle connector. He doesn't see anyone else rotating from the B bomb site. So that is kind of the indication to Hiko, hey, there's only one person here, Henny, who's already gotten a kill. We don't know where the other guy is, so just keep an eye on the flank. Just be aware of it. So smart play that provides a lot of information.
I mean, he really wants to catch out Phelps. If he takes one more shot, JDM, Phelps is close enough to try and pounce on him, but it looks like he's going to be able to back out just in time. That's the danger, especially with an AWP, right? That slow firing speed. When you're taking shots randomly through the smoke, you know, you can get punished. Nice little delay tactic there by Phelps, and he gets a second kill on JDM. Why not?
Yeah, he does eventually fall, which is great because he was in a really, really good position, especially with a bomb down and an AK-47 salvage. Now, the scary part about this, yes, it's an eco. Yes, Liquid still has all the advantages with the AKs, with Immortals players on, you know, half HP. But once they start pushing up and getting a kill here or there, Phelps with those 2 kills, look how spread out this Liquid team is. I mean, they're now grouping up with 2 over towards B, but if Nitro got caught off guard, there can still be more pushes coming. But it seems like Immortals have just kind of slowed down their initial assertiveness, and they're just going to split up with 1 at B, 1 at A, and 1 in mid. And that just makes it a near impossible task to hold, so Steel's got to get tricky.
Yeah, and look at this. He's going to play around the smoke, and he's going to get spotted immediately. Unfortunately for him, it doesn't pan out. Nitro pulls that 180. Instant headshot there for Lucas. He actually did quite a bit of damage to Hiko, but it's going to be on Bolts now. 1v3, not really too much hope here, just really perhaps hoping to pick up a rifle if he can. Pick off Hiko, that would be nice. 6-7, Soon to be 7-7 here for Team Liquid.
Yeah, and I mean, it was a great start for Immortals, but they haven't been able to string rounds together. This has been, what? This is going to end up being 7 of the last 9 rounds going the way of Liquid. So that's really nice for them. And obviously, the big benefit is Henny, 16-6, got him out to that hot start. He's the reason why they had that 5-round stretch right at the beginning. And that's what's really keeping Immortals in this game, because outside of that, it's been all Liquid.
Yeah, and now because of all these force buys, he is going to have, what, 4,000? Do they have enough to just hard drop him an AWP? Somebody takes the hit here for the team. It would have been Bolts or it would have been Phelps.
Phelps or Bolts.
And it's not looking like it's going to happen. Sorry, Henny, you're going to have to be on rifles. Still capable with the rifle, I mean, but it's not like it's not like the flashiness that we saw. He hasn't really, at least on the B defense, he's lost like both duels versus JDM, hasn't he? So Henny.
I mean, the cool thing is Liquid have found ways to not have JDM directly take that duel. I mean, it's been like Henny baiting out a couple shots. You know, Henny maybe that slow timing out mid with that one round and eating a little bit of a flashbang, but Liquid's been creative and they've been able to neutralize him very, very well in these past 7 or 8 rounds. And then the 7 rounds they've won, surely.
What is going on? There's a boost going on. Phelps, he's going to drop down. He's putting some pressure on the flank coming in through A main right now. Is he going to win this duel versus JDM? Doesn't care about it. He's going to get that smoke down. But his teammate in the meantime on the site itself, Bolts, he might be in for a bit of a tough time. Elijah is going to wrap on Phelps. And Phelps has got to be wondering, where was Bolts? How does this guy walk into A main behind me?
Yeah, I mean, that's such an awkward position as well. The timing for Bolts is really unfortunate because he sees Nitro pushing up towards Truck, and that's what he's focused on. That's what allows Elijah just to run up and get that free kill. But nonetheless, 6 shots from Elijah. That second kill was instant, and he was already at half HP. So it's going to have to be a retake, and there's no kits on this Immortals side.
Yeah, so no time to waste, and JDM making life even more difficult. He has no mercy, not a shred. Steel is dead. And so it's going to be on Lucas and Henny. Where is it going to happen? And I think they're just going to walk right into a crossfire here. All of the angles are covered from Team Liquid. This should be an impossible scenario. Hiko's going to bang Lucas's head off, and it's on Henny now, 1v3, walking into the triangle. And it's given up. There's just not enough time. So 8-7, great comeback from Liquid. Considering the start that Immortals had, that was some solid work.
Yeah, and a couple mistakes in those first 5 rounds that could have caused Team Liquid to just crumble, so really good recovery.
So guys, we're going to take a very short break before we get into the second half. Be back here in just a minute. Welcome back from that short break, everybody. We're about to get into the second half here of Liquid versus Immortals. Turns out that the Immortals, they had an Achilles heel here, and Liquid managed to find it.
Nice.
So, well, it's not done yet.
Yeah, but it's certainly they figured something out in that first half. Once they got rolling, No coming back for Immortals.
No, you're right to point that out. You know, Henny took over at the beginning of the half, got those 5-6 rounds on the board for Immortals, and then he kind of dropped off a little bit. The rest of his team never were really able to follow him up.
I wonder if there is some level of mind games, and this would be cool to hear from Zeus if he's actually bringing any kind of, because I mean obviously he was just the in-game leader of Immortals for a couple months, short stretch overall, but if he's bringing some of the table, saying this is how they like to play it, these are the weaknesses of this team on cash. From that knowledge. And as well, I mean, the interesting thing as well was this was a question earlier in the regular season of ESL Pro League when we saw Immortals face off against SK for the first time after Zeus had been the coach of SK for basically almost a year. It was kind of like, what's he going to bring to Immortals? Are they actually going to be able, with his knowledge of how SK operates and how they play each map, are they going to be able to overcome him? And certainly, I mean, Immortals beat him 2-0. So, I mean, that's kind of a cool thing that Zeus obviously bringing some knowledge of the teams he's been in and being able to counter, you know, the own tactics that he came up with those teams.
Well, it was speculated during the analysis segment going into this map.
Yeah.
You know, how much of a factor is Zeus?
Building those storylines. It's what we do here at IEM Oakland.
Indeed. You might even say it's our job. Some would say we are doing our job. All right, guys. Only professionals here at ESL. 8-7, Team Liquid in the lead in the pistol round, and well, they're on the CT side. Nitro at Car, and they're playing retake on A here. Liquid, Nitro at Car, going to be buying a little bit of time, hoping to get a lucky headshot. It's not going to happen, and now Liquid have got to wait because the bomb has just got planted. It's all about getting that rotation over.
I'm wondering why he waited so long to throw that Molotov, because it didn't delay anything. You know, the plant went down and it hasn't even done any damage. So actually, the tough part is when you do a retake like this that Liquid has done on the CT side. Now this is smart. They're going to clear out Phelps. They're going to check all these positions. They don't want to flank to come in late to bite him in the butt. But you want to get damage as they enter the bomb site. They haven't done that. So it's going to be a 5-on-4. They do have one kit and a smoke on Hiko.
There's exactly that. Hiko better die close to the site. If he dies at all, we'll see. Elige going to get picked off by Henny. That's going to start. Two players playing behind quad boxes. Life's about to get pretty tricky here as Steel and Bolts are doing so much damage. Pimp is the last man alive, and it just happens in the blink of an eye. And boom goes the bomb. Everybody dies. 8-8, tied up.
Yeah, just I really think there were two big mistakes. Nitro, obviously, it's basically when that smoke comes down, it's just a guessing game if you're going to be able to get that headshot. But I'm not sure why he waited so long on that Molotov. Why he wasn't throwing it out earlier to buy time for the rotations to come in, because then that would have been the extra 5, 6, 7 seconds that they could have cleared out mid. You know, instead they have to use that time during the bomb timer as it ticks down, and it's just so difficult to retake that site with very, very little time. So many different crossfires and angles that can be set up. So Immortals now have both pistol rounds in this match.
What happens when a team gets both pistol rounds?
Gives them a phenomenal chance to win the map.
I like that. You know, you didn't just go and commit to it. You didn't just say, well, they win, Semler. It's just like you left yourself an out.
I've learned my lesson. It's been a hard year since the fated prediction at ESL Dubai. You guys never fail to bring it up, so you know.
Are you I was leaving you an out there, man. I wasn't gonna bring it up. You're the one who's just committing this harm to yourself right now.
That's probably true.
Digging at the old wound.
It's a painful wound.
Well, you know, maybe we can get some cream for that later. It is going to be a two-man edge now for Immortals, and they are just kind of plowing right through Liquid at this point. Liquid, interesting thing to note, is they haven't over-committed to this buy. In fact, they are truly believing in the 19th round when they're going to be able to actually buy up fully with rifles.
Yeah, I like this as well. And you know who else does this? Also, a team from NA that I noticed doing it pretty freely. I'm sure there's some European teams that do it as well. Is actually Cloud9 does this also. They don't always buy in the second round. They will sometimes just do the no armor, buy up some deagles, maybe a scout, but they largely want to keep things solid for that fourth round, because that's what can get you into a really difficult losing streak on the CT side to get out of, is if you never have the proper economy to actually battle until the fifth round, right? And then it just comes down to one win.
Yes. Okay, 4 rifles. Just totally going to dodge this. 4 rifles, the SMG, and Phelps showing no respect whatsoever. Oh, the prediction on the HE. Get out, JDM! 5 HP left on him. 2 HE grenades to the face. That's not a fun round at all.
Yeah, no, that's no joy for JDM there, but still some opportunity. There's 3 players from Liquid here right now. I mean, circling this attack, and I mean, Phelps is going to find him. Oh, that was Henny that got that kill. Thought that was Bolts for a second. I was going to be really, really surprised. But yeah, the MAC-10 coming in, getting 2 kills, building up some bonus money, grabbing the info. And I mean, this just leaves the AK-47s, the rifles to kind of sit back and just pick off Liquid from here. Nice find from Elige, and he predicts Bolts as well. Gets the dink, but can't complete that kill. Would have been nice to do some damage, and overall, all that Immortals really loses that round is a Galil.
Yeah, $2,000 investment, not the end of the world. We're going to get a nice replay here of JDM figuring out the Shrapnel is not a fun thing to play with.
Or Mac 10s.
Or Mac 10s. But it is going to be the full buy, and the double AWP immediately here for Liquid. And this is a throwback on Pimp. Seeing him with an op. That's it's been a long time.
Yeah, and it'll be interesting to see. I mean, he's obviously glass cannon at the moment, so I mean, this is also very aggressive to just bust out in the 4th round before you establish any kind of economy. So Liquid looking to get on the board and get rolling quickly in this second half, and it's going to be started with JDM. 1 kill, but he did burn alive, so a trade out for Bolts and JDM.
Elige is close enough to mid the challenge exactly at Vents, and that's what he's worried about. He gets that smoke down to block it off again, but he's going to get spotted, and Lucas just handily wins that duel. This is a little bit of a problematic situation now for Liquid. They're down a man. They're down on score. It's 10-8 for Immortals right now. And, well, with 1:10 left on the clock, that's plenty of time here for Immortals to just group up and take over that A site. Steele and Phelps, they're already out there.
Yeah, I'm wondering, this Pimp from this AWP from Pimp hasn't really done anything in terms of using the range to find information whatsoever. It was you know, JDM was at B with his AWP, and Pimp was there with his op to follow it up as well. So all this while, the A bomb site is left unattended by Liquid, and it's going to be another retake. And if they don't get a kill quick, they might not want to dedicate themselves to this retake too much. They should see if there's going to be a mistake by Immortals, get themselves a kill, and choose if they want to go for the retake from there. But if they lose these weapons, this is a big deal for Liquid.
Well, that's a good shot there from Pimp to start. Actually wins the duel straight up versus Henny. Nitro clearly knows that Phelps is here. Going to go for the pre-fire. Not going to win it. Takes a bullet to the face instead. And now it's all on Pimp and Hiko. Hiko in a bit of a tight spot, trying to rush the man down, but he is now the last man alive, and he can't even take down Steele, who had like 10 HP. Brutal round there, and a brutal attempt for Team Liquid. Nothing working out for them, apart from the one duel versus, versus Henny.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good find from Pimp. And actually here, I think if Nitro gets this kill, this is obviously much more doable. Not only the man advantage, but such a critical spot for Terrace to hold to defend against retakes. Once CT's gain that on a retake, it just provides so many angles to flush players out of positions, to flush Terrace, I mean, to be able to double up and crossfire him during the retake. So nice win in that specific battle. And Immortals with a big lead, 11-8. And there's Henny, still going to work, boosted up in mid, finding another kill. Elige going to respond, but through the smoke, Henny predicts it. Nicely done from him, and that's really alleviating a lot of the danger that Immortals might have felt moving forward.
That is dirty from Henny. Just like, yeah, not going to let that happen. Actually, the timing just off. That's a shame for Phelps, but sometimes that's the way it goes. Man advantage still for Immortals in this anti-eco, and we do kind of expect them to just walk right through. The bomb is waiting over by A main, and Henny and Lucas still have not committed to mid. They're taking their time on this. Bolts is still waiting all the way over in Toxic towards B. Just what, Immortals? I mean, you could just kind of like walk around and take your time with it, I suppose.
Yeah, this is where they're saying, all right, if Liquid wants to win this eco round, they're going to have to surprise us with some kind of aggression. So just sit back, chill, wait to see what the response is from the defense.
I know what's going on. This shows, you know, they're Immortals. Of course, they'll have learned this lesson, right? That sometimes in life you just got to stop and smell the roses. You know, Moses, you really got to just savor what you're doing to Team Liquid right now. You're about to get 12 rounds. Everything's going great for you. It's a key map in this group phase, round robin.
Yeah, well, I mean, they're in danger. They're not out of it yet, so don't smell the roses too soon. JDM almost gets away with one. Didn't think Henny was going to fire, but there's still Nitro using quad boxes, and he needed to win that fight, but he's not going to. His teammate falls at the same time, so Immortals in a 3-on-3. They clean things out. Good round from Henny. He's sitting at 26-9, far and above his teammates, far and above anyone on Liquid, so fantastic performance from him individually.
Yep, and well, what we need to see here is a bit of a rise in the level coming in from Elige and Hiko. Still sitting double digits, Pimp and JD. I mean, it's just really on the kills. They just aren't keeping up. I mean, Immortals, they're kind of taking off with this. And Henny, there we go, but not going to get it. Pimp shuts him down. Fantastic shot from Pimp. But I did admire the movement there for a second from Henny. That bunny hopping, that's a thing of beauty.
Yeah, looked good, got shut down. JDM now with the AWP, and he's aware of this danger, and he's going to find Bolts. That's a free kill. Bolts expecting to be a little bit more passive after the initial kill, but the ops of Liquid doing work. 3 kills on them combined so far. And 1 in mid, 1 in B, and they've really just shut Immortals down. But Steele is the X factor, although Pimps is watching. Oh, he missed. So Pimp missed.
Well, that's interesting.
That's awkward.
How does this pan out? Pimp runs away. Okay, then. And Lucas, what? I guess no scope? Oh, he gets it too!
All right, well, he does die as well. So 5 kills for the ops of the Team Liquid side. Nice round for them, 9-12. And they don't lose anyone. So more importantly, they build up money on the CT side. They're going to have to spend some into the utility that they didn't have in this round, or that they used during the round. So it's not going to be a great amount of money, but at least it's starting to build, and now they can get rolling with a double op.
I guess JDM didn't have 100 HP, because how does he get legs down to 9 to 10 HP? Must have taken some damage somewhere. Oh well, not important. This is the actual big moment here, because it's still a double AWP setup here for Liquid. Immortals are going to have to figure out how they want to deal with this, and luckily for them, they've gone for a full buy. They had the money in the bank. Henny with the AWP. Now we see the boost coming up here, and identical round, actually. This is interesting, the setup. This didn't work for Immortals on CT side. Liquid knew how to break it up, but they are fully focused on B side and on A side here, Liquid.
Yeah, well, Immortals are trying to throw a little bit of a distraction over towards B, trying to pull rotation. Initially, it's working. How much does it work? Because Nitro's still boosted up. There goes Pimp. Nitro, though, he can get one. Can he get a second one? No, he falls. And that's big for Immortals. They can get this bomb planted inside that smoke, but it is brought down to a 3-on-3.
On the angles here, Lee's kind of getting caught out at CT. He's taking that challenge, and he is going to be able to back off. Well played on his part, just buying a little bit of time. But that bomb plant pretty much seals it here. JDM still miles away, and yeah, we already have the cutoff here in mid. Bolt's holding the rotation, and let's see if they can actually find him. He goes for the long-range shot, and he's going to get both. Bolt stepping up, and it's on JDM now in a 1v3, but you might as well cannon and try and save the op at this point.
Yeah, unless someone from Immortals peeks and just hands you one, you really need to fall back in this. So JDM, this is a crucial weapon, because I don't know if they'll be able to have another double up set up in the next round. And he spots one out and he wins that fight. Now he just needs to pull out the knife and bail out, but he knows someone's going to be pushing truck more than likely. Takes an alternate route. Steal is the next one up, and he misses the op shot. And now he's going to get pushed on from mid. JDM in a very tough spot. I don't think he's going to be expecting that peek from Henny, and he's not. That's a big-time kill there right at the end to take the op away from Liquid.
And that resets everything here for Team Liquid. Liquid, that was the first round. All right, there we go. The tactical pause has been called. I love it, Liquid, because you need to really figure it out now. It's starting to get to the danger zone here where you've run out of money. Your economy's broken now because you just won that round. You lost the next one. And Immortals are up to 13.
That one little amount of pressure with just 2 players that Immortals puts on the B bomb site forces so many players out of position in A. Nitro's obviously with the boost. His job is just to stay there. But Elise started rotating off back towards truck, so he wasn't there to help Nitro out in a bad situation. I wish we'd gotten the POV of what Pimp did when they called for the B pressure, because it did seem like with the op, he was in quad. He would have at least had, if someone comes out door, he's at least got an angle, one shot where he can get a kill, but he just died with no real impact. So I'd like to see if he was maybe pulled the knife out and was already starting to bail out. That would be interesting.
There was a real chance there as well with Steel. I mean, how does Steel win that fight on the A side versus the boosted guy when he had a knife out to begin with?
Just that I mean, Nitro had already killed one in the recoil. He was just trying to spray it, so the recoil just wasn't in his favor. The RNG, I believe they call it.
As you would say, yes, the gods were not smiling. Okay, that's a cool idea. Triple HE to top mid, just in case. Liquid are going to dodge it, though. So it's not the end of the world for them, but we are right back into the action here. 13-9, Immortals, they've got control of the situation. Liquid are very low on utility now at this point, and we're still a minute and 30 left in this round to play out.
Yeah, I think this is why you're seeing this stack over towards mid. Liquid saying we don't really have the utility to hold some of these sites. So, I mean, mid control allows you to rotate to each one very quickly. Hiko and the vents can obviously help out, and then Pimp can be another player who just storms through the vents with great timing, with great speed if they hit the B bomb site. But they want to use the superior numbers with the lack of utility to hold mid and kind of make a late decision on where they need to go from there.
Well, we're going to have the boost coming in, so they might be rewarded for their patience, Liquid.
Oh, no, maybe
or
not.
They might counter boost right into 2 guys running them down. This is going to get hairy, and it's not working out. Steel will pick up the 1. Elige manages to dart to the other side of mid, and now Nitro's here to support as well, but Steel still gets a second kill. Elige is gone. Nitro looks like he might have got spotted there on the shoulder. They were going for some pre-fire.
Yeah, and even Hiko got pushed out of vents. So, I mean, Liquid had the defense they wanted. Just the timing of that call for the boost ruins everything. Little bit unfortunate for Liquid. They make that decision at that exact moment. It's no fault of their own, just the obviously timing not working with them. Good pop flash, though. JDM trying to even things up. Gets 1 kill. Nitro does as well, but not ready for that. Now Hiko getting burned out, and he's got to stay alive. 1-on-2 at this site. Did he get stuck on something, or he just stopped?
He got stuck. He got stuck on that little rail. He almost had it. 1 bullet on Phelps would have done it, and he stopped spraying just as Phelps crosses. And now they're both, what? Phelps decides to just YOLO it.
Can't fool Hiko. He saves like 5 bullets just for that kind of a play. Really nicely done. And Liquid, you have to say, that was a 3-on-5. They dodged a huge bullet that round. And they even salvaged an AWP.
Yeah, that's unreal. That's in a round where you're thinking, okay, Immortals have got it in the bag. What did Steel have to do? What does he have to do here? He got 2 kills, opens up mid completely for you, and then you somehow still lose that round, Immortals. That might be a little bit of a tilt-worthy round here.
Yeah, well, especially look at what they've got to work with. They've got Steel with an AK and armor. They've got Bolts with armor and a P250, and some upgraded pistols, and 1 flashbang here on this T-sided round. So Liquid, another lifeline is extended to them, and I think they're going to allow Steel to just try and find a pick, and he just gets shot in the face to start things off. So maybe trade that AK-47 away. Give it to Bolts.
Yeah, where's Bolts? Is Bolts. Yeah, Bolts has got it now. Okay.
And by the way, this is a designed buy. This isn't any kind of tilt buy. That they want that. They only want to have 1 AK-47, and then they'll obviously pass it off when he doesn't take damage. But they still have players with enough money to be able to buy into the next round. It's only Bolts who's completely bought out due to how low he was to begin with.
And then they're going to line up nicely. Nitro having a field day over here on the A site. 3 kills for him. He could get a 4th unless Elige decides to rob him. No. Nitro is greedy, and he eventually gets slapped for it. Henny is there to end the show. But Henny is alone in a 1v4 with no utility, and the bomb dropped out in the middle of nowhere. Punish on JDM, though. So he's in a 1v3 now, and it could be a 1v2. He almost made that happen. How did that happen?
Did you see how many opportunities? That peak from Elige, I was just like, oh no, he's going to turn that into a 1-on-2 as well. So now tactical pause, I'm assuming, for Immortals. But a nice defense here from Nitro. I mean, this is the confidence of Liquid and Nitro, though, leaving him all alone in that A bomb site, and he performs really, really well there.
Now,
at least in that specific round.
This is kind of what you have to look to from him. He is like an anchor player, really, where you can just count on Nitro. It's been a long time now where on Cash, well, for a while, he just looked unstoppable on that map.
Yep.
Then he went into a little bit of a period where he wasn't quite able to feel the groove.
Fun fact: it was with Fugly that his A defense was so dangerous when Fugly used to be in this lineup.
You know, just like
memories, nostalgia.
Exactly, I know. Stroll down memory lane of NA CS:GO. But do you?
A lot of good memories in NA CS:GO.
I was about to say, or no, I was about to say, you know, not that many. So it's kind of an easy short stroll, not really too.
Don't have to remember too much.
Sweaty or anything. You know, it's just. Well, I mean, there is one hope, and his name is Young Stu. So, and they're in this tournament as well, boys. So we still got Cloud9 in the mix for NA, but Liquid, they aren't done yet. Okay, fine, Moses, you're like Anders and God B. You're just never gonna give up.
Never. He'll be back. He'll show you all.
All right. Well, it is the buy coming in here from Immortals. They have forced it. Bolts with the Tech 9, but he's still able to have some kind of utility here with the smoke and the flash. So we'll see how they decide to use him. Probably just feed him to the dogs and just throw him out there. Feed him to the horses, rather, I should say. But there we go. Immortals taking a little bit of damage, but it looks like they want to try and hit this B side after making a little bit of noise over here on the A side.
Well, I mean, at least Elige is here this time, so Nitro's not going to be isolated. He's not all on his own. They can actually mount a defense here. Nitro playing with the smoke. He gets punished. Nice from Steel, and now Elige's got to be careful. Timing of that flashbang does not work out in his favor, so he pushes into the smoke just to stay alive. And there's Phelps. What positioning he's found. Hiko does eventually find him, but he's all alone. Hiko's got to come up huge, and he does. He gets 2 kills, so it's into a 2-on-2.
But they still manage to get the bomb plant down, and Henny is going to be able to get over here fast enough to support his teammate. He's in B halls now, and so Liquid, they had to wait for the rotation to come out. Elige is just now joining Pimp, and they're going to go on high, it looks like. One after the other. Elige attempting a wall bang. But Pimp here with the AWP, not the best gun to have in a retake scenario. A lot of this is going to come down to Elige, I think, unless Immortals make a massive mistake and peek trying to look for a fight. But they shouldn't. They really should not be looking for that. Bolts and Henny just need to sit tight, and now the push begins. Pimp has actually traded out for an AK. Elige spotting the one in the open, and Pimp finding the headshot on Bolts. What is happening? Henny, it's all on you, and they know where you're playing from.
Yeah.
The bomb, it's planted for him. It's planted for him.
Oh, nice win by Pimp. That's huge. So Elige just sticks it, and Pimp absolutely had to win that battle. That's a nice retake there from Team Liquid. I think, I mean, this is an interesting changeup for Immortals out of that pause, because this round they didn't kind of try and go for any kind of map control or any kind of map taking as a team. They didn't do anything really coordinated. It was a lot of individual fights, a lot of smoke set up to get Steel to have that battle over towards A to see if what he could find coming out door. Then they had Phelps, who had aggressive positioning over towards B, who finds one pick. So some individual fights there for Immortals pick up the opening kills, give them some kind of a chance to win that in a 2-on-2, but a sick retake, and nice on Pimp to change the AK-47, even scavenges a Molotov there at the end.
Yeah, no, that was fantastic work, making good use of the time. But now Immortals, they're looking to get a bomb plant in this round. This is an eco round, and they will find one opening. Bolts is going to spray down Nitro. Elige is just fleeing for his life, but he gets 2 kills, the parting shots. Still, this is a success rather, for Immortals. They've got that bomb down.
Nice timing from Pimp, just tapping away. I have to say, I mean, just one criticism. Unleash actually plays that round terribly. He gets 2 kills out of it, but when that hit comes in and he sees a player with a pistol get towards Forklift, staying out in the open and just trying to see if he's going to peek, that's the wrong play. You're like, one, you could just lose that battle because you're out in the open, but 2, Nitro's all on his own to defend against that stream of Tech 9s coming into the bomb site, and once Nitro fell, Unleash is in such a difficult spot. I mean, he does get that flick over to a low HP player, and then he does return the kill onto Forklift, so he gets bailed out by those 2 kills, but this is putting yourself in a very, very dangerous situation. And then, I mean, look at this. Look at how he's caught from 2 different angles. He's so fortunate he doesn't die, and if he does fall there, he doesn't get those 2 kills, and all of a sudden it's a 3-on-4 or 3-on-5 retake.
No, that is very good highlighting that. I mean, that's what has to happen. Liquid need to tighten up their game here. Can't always get the lucky breaks. Immortals, 13-13, now tied up. Pretty impressive that Liquid have managed to actually keep their cool, despite, you know, Immortals really showing a fight here. Liquid, they've managed to run it back. It's on Phelps now, taking point towards mid. Phelps does have a... Where is he? No, he doesn't have an incendiary, so that kind of sucks for Sandbags. Not going to be able to clear that out. He might be able to get the drop on Pimp, though. Pimp is holding very close, and if there is a timing, Phelps is going to find it. Picks up 1, spots the 2nd, and he gets both sprays.
Oh, Nitro, now it's your time to shine. 2 Molotovs, though. He's got to go towards mid. It's not going to happen. Beautiful round from Phelps opens this up, and I don't know if Liquid can really even go for this at this point.
No, this is so tough. You need to hold on to your AWP if you're JDM, but Phelps is waiting on the other side of the smoke, and he's going to walk right past. Well, that was a little bit unfortunate.
Well, now they can go for it as well.
Yeah, the bomb is not even planted yet. And so if they can catch them making mistakes, so far Immortals have looked just a little lackluster holding on to sites when the bomb plants has happened. But Luca's going to get incendiaried out into the open here in just a moment. JDM waiting for that, but I guess the incendiary, yeah. The timing, it couldn't be better, and still JDM hits the shot. Fantastic work from him, but we're into a 2-on-2 now. Bolts and Henny, they've got the bomb plant, and it's planted for them. There's a man in A main, that's Henny. He's got the angle with that AWP. Smoke goes down, and they're trying to find it in the smoke. It looks like, look at this JDM just turning around, not knowing where to look.
Oh,
this is it. This is end it. No way.
Oh, he's done. Oh, no, the knife comes out. Oh, no. Hiko is so close.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can take this.
That's unreal. Almost makes the play, dropping the flashbang. But really, the round is won by Phelps. It's fortunate for Immortals to get away with that round, but Phelps opens everything up, but then then he follows that up with a mistake where he gets a little bit overextended in the choke point. And Halls, how you doing?
I'm like just
you good?
Because we have that little delay, you know, that comes up. So I thought that he had got the defuse, obviously, and then all of a sudden it's like, nope, he got knifed
Denied
somehow. All right, well, it's been a pretty good map so far, guys. I'm glad that you guys are tuning in here. IEM Oakland, we're in the groups, and so far, yeah, it's just a total fitting. It's a knife fight, basically.
Yeah, it was good. It was good. And actually, I mean, there's money on this Liquid side, so they're not going to be done buying out of this pause. So, I mean, still hope you at 13-14. They've clawed all the way back into this. It was looking dire for a moment there. This has been a 6-second half again. I mean, Liquid starting out slow in both these halves. We mentioned they've lost both pistols, but really some good adjustments in the middle portions of these halves to bring them back into it.
Some excellent work and some strength of will being displayed here by Team Liquid, keeping it together. Immortals, however, they're so close to being able to lock this down, getting a big win, but it's not going to happen. Bolts decides to challenge boldly, goes for the peak versus JDM and gets slapped.
I'm assuming maybe he didn't think they would have an AWP because Liquid's found picks of this B bomb say with the AWPs multiple times. Phelps again opening things up. Pimp challenging alone in middle, and he's going to get punished for that. And look at how this splits the defense. 2 players at B, 2 players in A for Team Liquid, and how do you have eyes on mid? You don't, and the result is Liquid's just going to push out B. This is smart. This is some aggressive play from the CT sides, but it's all going to come down to Nitro and Elige at this A site. Can they hold it down? Good double peek. Elige, he's got to do more, though.
But the bomb is dropped all the way back in T-spawn, on the T-spawn side, basically, of A main. It's not in A main, and so this is actually just horrible. Immortals, what are you going to do? Now you had mid control. You just didn't have the bomb, even if you got out onto the site.
Yeah, but, I mean, the positioning, I mean, since Team Liquid has given up control over towards B, they don't know where everyone could be, but nice win from JDM. Phelps, that was a huge fight, because that's the thing. With all the disarray and the disorganization in this round, oh, Henny can't get the quick scope, and he's just going to fall. But with the disorganization in that round, once Liquid started pushing up B, Phelps can get into such a good position to harass and just pick one player off. We saw he had an advantage fight, and JDM hitting some stellar shots. He's really come alive in the second half. Nitro, we highlighted, this is a map historically that has been very good for him. He's doing well also. 25 kills for Nitro, 23 for JDM. Good stuff.
It's very impressive to see that Liquid are able to keep it together. But still, you can perhaps see just a little bit of the lack of experience here on Immortals, not quite having everything gelling the way that they would like.
Well, we also have to remember this has been like one of the big knocks. Despite they've won a couple big events, right? They
Right.
won DreamHack Summer. They won a Gfinity, I believe, the Gfinity Champion of I think it was that they beat VP in a BO5 earlier in the year. But outside of those events, they failed to qualify for 2 majors. So part of the reason they brought Zeus in was his experience in these kind of pressure situations when they have given themselves good opportunities in maps, and then they've it's just kind of folded at the end, and it kind of slips away from them. That's part of the reason why Zeus was brought into this Immortals team. So we're seeing a little bit of it again here, them struggling to close this match out, and they have a big buy here. They're pretty much fully bought out. Henny has 1,500, but it's AKs and it's pistols, and oh, Lucas, that's a dirty shot.
That is so sick, and there's the rush. Hiko, you better play it safe. They're coming for you. He's going to get wrapped, but Lucas was blind. Hiko with the lucky break. Elige, however, is not going to make it happen, and instead somehow they get swamped on the B site, just overrun. It's Nitro now, 1v4, trying to make it a 1v3, eventually gets that kill, but woo, he's got a lot of work ahead of him here.
Yeah.
Or not.
Not really that much. Oh no, Liquid, and they have very little money to use in this round, but you can't, I mean, that's a sick shot, but from here, I think, there's some desperation. I mean, you can really feel Liquid, just as I'm talking about Immortals folding under some pressure, Liquid does the same exact thing. Look at some of these fights they decide to take. Elige just holding the trigger, turning a corner. I mean, that's not a very disciplined play. That's a very frantic and just saying, please God, connect a bullet here.
Yeah, no, you're right. I mean,
and God did not listen.
No, he did not listen. Okay, so let's see here what the money looks like. I mean, they're around 2,500, between 2,000 to 3,500 on Team Liquid. So this is not going to be the prettiest of buys, unfortunately for them. Immortals 15-14, like they are on the brink.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be interesting to see what Liquid is going to decide to bring out here. Like what kind of? Because I mean, look what they have.
No, this is tough.
In the words of Henry G, what can you say about this one?
Well, that perhaps Lady Luck, maybe God wasn't listening, but Lady Luck could give them a wink real quick and just allow them to take this to overtime. We've seen crazier things happen in the past. Totally possible here. 2 UMPs, 3 pistols, handful of nades to work with here for Liquid. Whereas Immortals, look at that, so passive. Apart from Bolts waiting over in Toxic, I mean, ultra passive across the map right now, just waiting for Liquid to go for some shenanigans here.
Yeah, well, they know. I mean, this is a good read of the economic situation, knowing that with whatever Liquids bring into this, it's going to have to be some kind of a desperate play. Liquid as well, not succumbing to that kind of a pressure, that timeout. Maybe Zeus just calming him down, say we don't need to do anything really that crazy. Let's just play this safe. I mean, what is it? It's Nitro and Elige over towards close A main. They've got Pimp there as well. They've got Flashbang, so they can have, it looks like Elige is set up, if they hear noise, Pimp turns around and throws a pop flash in A main. That's what gets some information, and here it comes. I don't think they heard anything that time, but they're just like, all right, we need to find out what's going on exactly.
With that flash and the further flash, yeah, that's telling Phelps that, hey, A main, we've lost control. Steel is waiting over by Squeak Door still, so we'll see if he can create some kind of space to work with over there. But in the meantime, that bomb needs to be picked up. 49 seconds left in this round. Lucas just now working his way back over here, joined by Henny. And Bolts is falling off of B, so it does look like Immortals are just going to want to fight their way into this site. And if Elige goes for the peak, he's going to be in for a bit of a sad time. Timing could have worked out well there for Phelps. Unfortunately for him, this allows Elige to make a break for it. But still, he's blocked them off. There's no way out. You got to take the fight.
Yeah, well, at least that Molotov might split him up. Elige with the opening kill, and that has, no one can trade that off. That Molotov is huge. Henny does find one pick, and then Elige is caught out in the open after that. And now the range of the AK-47s come to bear. And it looks like right at the end, Immortals have grabbed it away, but it's not done yet for Team Liquid.
No, this is heartbreaking. 2v3, they can still do it. They have the AK on Pimp now. JDM with the UMP.
This cannot happen if you're Immortals. You cannot let this one slide. 2 AKs, the op on Henny. They've got good positioning as well. One in the site, one in quad. This flank from Pimps is huge, and oh, Henny misses the shot. So Pimp now, he's got to find that, but he can't. Henny crouches under the bullet, and in a 1-on-3, no kit. This has got to come quickly. Henny starts the match with that insane pistol round, and now he gets